Hi guys, welcome back to another reaction videos. So today I'm going to react to Dodging Disbandment and Other Extreme Sports, a history of Dreamcatcher by Mera. So this has been requested for such a long time, but I've never really got to film it. So same with the previous guide, the first guide of Dreamcatcher. I'm going to divide it into two parts because it's a 30-minute video. So yeah, I'm going to start now with part 1 for the first 15 minutes. Let's start.
A quick disclaimer before we get into it, I do not have all the facts. And obviously, not every single detail is here. Every statistic used is readily available information for anyone who wants to find it. And as always, this video is not intended to point fingers at certain groups or artists, nor start any fan wars. Each and every one of the artists mentioned here is simply a part of understanding the story of Dreamcatcher. If you love Dreamcatcher more than anything, or you couldn't care less about them, wonderful, that's all cool. I just ask that you leave your opinions about the members, your opinions about the fandom, and your opinions about any other artists mentioned here out of your consideration for the video.
Behave yourselves. Dodging Disbandment.
Dreamcatcher has something of a wild story. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they may or may not be caught up in some cosmic duel between two ancient gods, one who wants them to succeed, and one who wants to destroy them at all costs. Dreamcatcher is a girl group under Happy Face Entertainment, and they've been around since 2014. Kind of. The group has released 6 mini-albums of reasonable success. Kind of. And they achieved their first win in September of 2019.
Really?
Kind of. There's a lot to unpack about the history of Dreamcatcher, especially since they weren't even always Dreamcatcher. Over the years, the group has attracted a rather convoluted legacy, and when you look at it all laid out, there's something about Dreamcatcher that seems to be constantly dodging out of the way of danger. While there have been some touch-and-go moments regarding failure or even disbandment, Dreamcatcher seems to be doing some serious gymnastics to keep themselves in the game. Let's go back in time. August 9th, 2014. It all started in the summer of 2014 at the Oak Valley Summertime Festival. It's nighttime and the stage is dark. Overhead, the intercom announces the next performance. Lights up. 5 girls in what can only be described as pure 2014 fashion take the stage under the name Minx. They perform 3 songs, all singing and dancing and smiling at the audience. They laugh, they wave, they joke around with the audience, and everyone seems to be having a good time. And there they go, off into the evening. September 15th, 2014. About a month later, a company known as Happy Face Entertainment announced that that's their new girl group, and they're set to debut that fall. Happy Face has had a decent number of different names, but for the ease of the story, I'll be referring to them as Happy Face Entertainment or just Happy Face. A couple of things to know about them before we get into the goods. Happy Face is not the richest company, but they're very much average. They're not as rich as Woolham or Stone, but they have enough money to give their artists comebacks and promotion when the board meetings say the omens are right. Happy Face was founded by a production duo called E-Tribe. You may recognize them as the producers of a little song called G. Happy Face aren't
G by Girls' Generation?
Now back to the story. September 18th, 2014.
Is this like their debut song as Minx?
Minx debuted as a 5-member girl group with
the songs are actually really
the song was
great, but this kind of concept is kind of overdone.
2014 concept.
So I get why they didn't get so much hype before.
Oh, and the random shots of girls in packaging. Remember when that was a thing? The group promoted their debut for over a month, finishing off in late October. Right now, Minx looked like a proper mid-2010s girl group, a Baby Girls Day or Sistar. They debuted with some pretty intense competition, including but not limited to Very Good, La Boom, Mamamoo, Lovelies, and Red Velvet.
Oh yeah, there were a lot of good groups
which may or may not have been the bestest idea ever, as the song didn't quite manage to chart during the quarter. But being a debut, there was room to grow, and maybe fortune would favor the bold. July 1st, 2015. Or maybe not. 10 months later, Minx released their first album,
I actually reacted to this
in July of 2015.
The video must have been up
music video were all about
when I upload this video.
An appeal to the many, many cutesy, innocent concepts of summer girls looking for love.
Summer
now,
girls
we've
looking
talked
for
about the
love.
2015 scene before, but let's take another look at it. Oh My Girl debuted. Twice debuted. Red Velvet released their first full album. Girls' Generation
Dum Dum is actually my favorite song
Both
from
musically
Red
and
Velvet.
visually, Love Shake didn't stick out from the pack. The whole thing was later described as a red ocean, meaning that there was absolutely no space for a concept like Minx's to stick out with everyone else in the industry. What Happy Face really wouldn't want right now is one of the most powerful groups in romance and dance genres to debut within 20 days of this comeback.
Yes.
So also we have G-Friend, one of the most powerful debuts of the year, occurring in the same month. Let's talk numbers. Eliminating the
debuted at the same year with
average sale
G-Friend.
count for a girl group debut album in 2014 was around 3,780. In 2015, the average was roughly 5,060, with outliers eliminated. Minx's debut mini-album, Love Shake, made under 2,000 sales. That's under average for both 2015 and 2014. Not the worst, but not the best. Now, for a lot of groups, this is unfortunately a symbol of doom. It's much harder to keep yourself afloat without some form of album unless you're a big three group. By splitting off their first song from their first album by nearly a year, it looked like Minx's debut project might have caved in on itself. But the team over at Happy Face
this uploader must have done a lot of research.
In November
Really grateful for that.
Happy Face announced that the group was going
She
to
summarized a lot of
new
things.
name. Happy Face pulled Minx from the shelf and got to work. New production design, new imagery, new sound, and entirely new
I wasn't paying attention.
re-debut under a new name.
Oh, okay.
Happy Face pulled Minx from the shelf and got to work. New production design, new imagery,
It's a
new
really
sound,
great
and
decision
entirely new instrument
to
team was
redebut
brought
them.
in. Superbomb was brought in to produce new songs. 2 new members, Gahyeon and Hundong, were added to the lineup. 2 months after the announcement was made,
freaking ads. Let me watch from my brother's channel because he uses premium account. Wait, where was I?
Unless you're a big three group. Or the Summer Sweethearts of 20 style that takes and rock flavored girl, where each girl in April, Dreamcatcher came back with Good Night and their second single album, Fall Asleep in the Mirror. Once again, they were present with their metal and J-rock inspired sound and a creepy music video continuing the story of their last one, where they finally hopped on the good foot and killed that guy. Now all they really needed was a debut mini-album, preferably without the 10-month wait in between. At this point, it had already been around 4 months. Then 5, then 6, then... Whew, got it in just before 7. Dreamcatcher's first ever EP, titled Prequel, hit on July 27th with the A-track Fly High. Prequel hit like a grenade, peaking at 4 in Korea and selling over 11,000 copies. Remember what 2017 was for the industry at the time? Coming back wasn't just about returning to End Countdown or Music Bank, no. It was about getting on the damn plane and getting yourself a ticket to the Western music market. Boom. The album hit top 5 on the Billboard World Albums and went number 1 on the US iTunes K-pop chart. iTunes was still a thing at this point, if you're wondering. All in all, it was a pretty successful comeback. No, the girls weren't doing G-Friend numbers or anywhere near the top 3, but the album performed well enough that in August, Happy Face announced that Dreamcatcher was getting a world tour. October 2017.
It's much better than
Dreamcatcher
before.
promoted almost exclusively as one unit since
Shouldn't
debut,
compare with
likely
the
to
other
cement the theme of
groups. Should
permanence and
compare with
dedication
their
to the
previous
project after the loss of Minx.
achievements.
It had been important during those first few years for them to appear as one solid team that wouldn't crack under the pressure of a demanding market. But now, with a slightly more stable grip on their group identity, they would need to flesh out their public images as individuals. Up until now, Dreamcatcher had largely stayed within their own bubble. In early October, Happy Face announced that Dreamcatcher and other Happy Face entertainment artists such as D1's and trainee group HNB would be joining the ranks of Mix 9, a survival show created and owned by YG Entertainment. The goal was to promote the group on widespread television, show off different sides of the group, and most importantly, give the public a taste of what Dreamcatcher
the boy
members were
winner
like as
from
individuals.
Mix 9.
Mix 9 was a
And
sandbox for
one,
idols and
Eugenio?
various companies to show off not only their physical skills, visuals, and overall idol
Such a
appeals,
shame
but
that
also start promoting their own personalities.
none of them debuted
One of the
in
key
the
necessities
project
to
group.
longevity in the industry is personal attachment. Much of the K-pop industry is designed to sell fans an idol, a person to get attached to. For a group like Dreamcatcher, advertising your own personalities is crucial to drawing in fans who might not know or otherwise care for your music. Fans are more likely to support a group they feel personally connected to and involved with, and this is extremely notable about girl groups in particular.
But
which
the
can sound
ratings
pretty
for
Machiavellian,
Mix 9
but
were
that's another
so
can of
low,
worms.
yeah.
What it meant for Dreamcatcher was that the fans who enjoyed the group at large and the potential fans in the making could see the members' personalities and become more attached to them. it would give Dreamcatcher 7 more selling points.
Mix9?
On top
From
of that,
Dreamcatcher?
a show like Mix9 would, in theory, contribute to the message that Dreamcatcher
7 of them joined?
give Dreamcatcher 7 more selling points. On top of that, a show like Mix9 would, in theory, contribute to the message that Dreamcatcher were committed to impacting.
But none of the other survival shows,
from all over the industry
Mix9, the unit, at the school did as well as produce series. Such a shame that the produced series
integrated players within the business
are discontinued.
Competitors with skin in the game. Mix9, like the produced series, was a unique space for seeing idols outside of their own groups and allowing fans to get to know Dreamcatcher through groups they already loved. It appealed to many fans to see their idols friends with other idols, and it was helpful for idols to hone their promotion skills with other.
But there are also trainees that have been debuted in Mix9, right?
Of Dreamcatcher,
not like the unit.
Yuhyun and Dami were there to compete against 94 other female idols. Talent. The show began in late October, and 4 members of Dreamcatcher,
4 members, not 7.
Shiyeon, Yuhyun, and Dami were there to compete against 94 other female idols. Talent-wise, it actually went pretty well. The members were recognized for their skills and development, each one receiving a rank of B or higher.
I kind of want to watch Mix9 now.
Yuhyun ranked in the top 9 during the showcase section.
Oh, really?
And Jiu ranked at number 4 in episode 4 and number 7 in episode 5. Things were just starting to heat up. There were some great performances and some rather awesome moments from both the members of Dreamcatcher and the other idols they were working
Girl,
with.
my number. Spoiler, no spoiler.
Only served to help Dreamcatcher, as long as everything went according to plan. Well, about that. About 3/4 of the way into the show, Dreamcatcher's activities in Mix9 came to a sudden halt. Practically out of nowhere, Dreamcatcher packed up their stuff and never returned. Happyface released a statement saying they were officially pulling Dreamcatcher from the show, and instead, the 4 girls would rejoin the other members and participate in a tour through Brazil. It was a mixed bag, to say the least. While a tour would certainly bring in more money, there was a goldmine of potential publicity to be found in Mix9. The members had accumulated decent rankings, and presumably the other industry benefits of joining Mix9 would have strengthened as the competition continued. With just 6 episodes left, the decision seemed dicey. Until, well, I don't even need to tell you, do I? Until, well, I don't even need strengthened as the competition continued. With just 6 episodes left, the decision seemed dicey.
They must have known that there's something wrong with the program. Otherwise, they wouldn't really take that risk, right? Or they just really wanted that publicity without debuting? It's kind of a D move for the other members because they've struggled so much. Survival shows aren't easy.
Upon finishing its run in December and announcing the winning group for debut, YG Entertainment canceled the entire project. Money went down the drain, months of time spent was now wasted, and YG stock completely crashed. The company's idols involved were screwed to high hell. For all intents and purposes, Dreamcatcher had basically sailed off the island just before the volcano exploded.
Great decision. You dodged a bullet there. True. My lucky strike. Fitting song.
Now, it's true there's no way Happyface could have foreseen this.
Oh, really?
In fact, the idol who ranked highest in the entire show was Woo Jin-young, and 3 guesses what company he came from. It can't be stated enough how damaging the failure of Mix9 was to its participants.
They were from
Happyface
the same
themselves
company.
proceeded to file a lawsuit against YG Entertainment for
Also,
when
later, I actually saw the article of this, but I didn't know about Dreamcatcher at the time. So when they said Woo Jin-young's agency, I didn't know it was about Dreamcatcher's agency. Oh, so I
started to reveal
connected.
A fuck ton of the
dots are
underhanded
connected
actions done
now.
by YG during the course of the show, including but not limited to YG unfairly extended contracts management period from 4 months to 3 years, which is extremely dangerous to smaller companies. They coerced Happyface and their artists into agreeing to
YG really
under
did
the threat of cancellation, refused
bad
to
job
fulfill their side of the agreements by covering fees such as transportation, training, clothes, and so on, and refused to pay any of the money that was owed to Happyface for use of songs, trainees, and other material. Happyface described the entire process as the overuse of power by a large entertainment agency with strong influence. Happyface said this of the lawsuit: More than to be compensated for all the damages we
The smaller
received,
companies
this is a symbolic amount filed in
wouldn't
our
really
hopes
get
that
a
Korean
chance
popular
to
culture will progress
sue
healthily
YG.
without the overuse
I'm
of
glad
power
Happy
by
Face
large
did.
companies. In early 2019,
Did they
we
win
would
the
find
lawsuit?
out that Happy Face
Is it a
withdrew
lawsuit?
this lawsuit, and there's
Oh, yeah, it's
definitely some
lawsuit.
speculation about what went down behind closed doors. Regardless, it was a disaster. Now let's get back to Dreamcatcher.
Okay.
In all honesty, it seemed that Dreamcatcher had
Almost 15
miraculously
minutes.
dodged a bullet and were promoting their music internationally with the Fly High World Tour. By the power of sheer dumb luck, Dreamcatcher were out promoting in the world, and by the end of the year, the world was starting to pay
It was
attention.
really luck.
Chase Me was included in Billboard's Best K-pop Songs of 2017
Yeah.
at number 19,
Chase
and the
Me.
group was crowned number 3 for Billboard's Best New K-pop Acts. Things were starting to look up, and with that, the year wrapped.
Okay, I'm going to end it there. So that was part 1. So far, the uploader of this video really did a great job of summarizing and like making the timelines, and I really appreciate her efforts in making a good quality video. And yeah, I'm going to continue watching, and I'm going to tell you my opinion at the second part. But I've pretty much say anything in my mind throughout the video, so yeah. See you guys in the second part. Bye!